12 of the best life habits that will help you have great health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. And I've compiled this list after about 20 years of research and practice, collecting some of the best life strategies, the best life habits recommended by performance experts, psychologists, experts on success and wealth, happiness, good relationships, good health. I narrowed it down to these 12 habits. Now, I didn't make any of these up. I am a collector of great habits and strategies. I personally practice these habits religiously and relentlessly. And when I really narrowed these down and committed to them, I don't want to just say it was life changing. It was transformational, if that's a stronger statement. That's how powerful these habits are. So as you listen to these, I want you to identify the number one habit that you'd like to begin practicing and focus on that one for 30, 60, 90 days until it becomes a good habit. Then add another one. Don't try to do more than two at a time. I would suggest it can be too much. It can be overwhelming to try to start too many habits at once. It's one of the biggest mistakes people make is too many goals and too many habits. Really narrow in on the one that you think will be the most life changing for you and really focus on it for 30, 60, 90 days. Now, I want you to rate yourself on each one of these on a scale of 1 to 10 as you go through. That will help you identify which one that needs the most work and also that will give you the greatest impact. Let's jump in. Habit number one, read biographies of people who have had great success and who have overcome great challenges. This is one of my favorite habits of all. You can do this anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes a day. You can listen to them on audiobook. I use Audible. I love it, the Audible app. If you look at, if you study those who are extremely successful in all walks of life, almost all of them read and study biographies. They study greatness. So I'll give you a book recommendation. Some of my favorite biographies: Be Useful by Arnold Schwarzenegger. That one was incredible. The Steve Jobs biography by Walter Isaacson was also very impactful. Michael Jordan, The Life by Roland Lazenby was exceptional. But pick a biography that gets you excited. Somebody who's overcome, great obstacles, someone who's achieved great things, someone who will inspire you. Life habit number two, plug all your personal and professional activities into a daily schedule and work off that, not a to-do list. I have a saying when I work with clients: if it ain't on the calendar, it ain't happening. So stop working off a to-do list and start plugging things into your calendar. Now, you can have a list of things that you need to do, but you must transfer them to a calendar, to your daily schedule. You must plug in time to complete these things. Even things like exercising, plug that into your daily schedule so it's a priority. Plug in personal commitments, family commitments, commitments to friends, work commitments. I teach my clients to work off one digital calendar on their smartphone because they have it with them at all times. Then they don't have to get back to someone, say, I'll get back to you. I don't have my calendar on me now. If you do it on your smartphone, you can do it on the spot. So anytime you commit to something, get it on the calendar immediately. If not, it's going to slip through the cracks. This habit alone will help reduce your stress as well. You'll feel much more organized and you won't forget to do things. Right? This is a life-changing habit in itself. Number three, save and invest at least 20 I'll give you a book recommendation on number two, 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management by Kevin Cruz. Habit number three, save and invest at least 20% of your income, have at least 1 year of living expenses in the bank, and maintain all the important insurance coverages. So I say 20%, save and invest at least 20%. In order to do that, you need a budget. You need to use a budgeting app or some type of monthly budget so you know you're putting away 20% of your income. Some people recommend 10%, which is excellent. If you're saving and investing 10% of your income, that's great. What do I mean by invest? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'll just give you some recommendations that you'll receive from financial advisors. Things like funding your 401k, a Roth IRA, an index fund, a high interest CD. Right? These are safe ways to invest your money. Again, not financial advice. Talk to a financial advisor. I'm just citing experts when I tell you these things. I personally save and invest at minimum 50% of my yearly income. And it's usually much higher than that. Okay. It's minimum 50%. That means that I live frugally. Okay. That means that I have a budget, a monthly budget that I follow, but I also enjoy my life as well. I have a percentage of my income set aside to do things I enjoy, to buy, purchase and have experience things I enjoy. But I'm saving and investing at least 50% of my yearly income, usually much higher. Now, also a great habit is to have at least 1 year of living expenses in the bank. 1 year of living expenses. What does this do? One, if you have a situation where you cannot work for some reason, or so, with COVID, that was a situation where it shut down a lot of people's businesses and jobs, things that we can't foresee. An event like that, if you have a year of living expenses in the bank, your stress level decreases dramatically because you have time and space to find more income or a new job or whatever it is. It's one of the greatest things I think anyone can ever do is have that in living expenses in the bank. Okay. And lastly, in terms of your finances, make sure you keep all the proper insurance coverages. Okay. Health insurance, obviously car insurance, homeowners insurance, whatever it is, keep up with the proper insurance coverages. Again, that gives you good peace of mind. Great book on this is The Index Card. It's a book called The Index Card, and it's about saving and investing, and it's a really great. It's very simple. I love it because it gives very simple advice and simple practical advice. I love simple practical books like 15 Secrets Successful People Know About Time Management. Um, the Index Card was written by Helene Olin. Again, very short, simple read on saving and investing. Life habit number 4, say no to almost everything that doesn't have to do with your most important goals and priorities in the key areas of health, work, wealth, relationships, and happiness. This is a great life habit. A great book on this is The One Thing by Gary Keller. You need to get good at saying no. You need to get crystal clear on your priorities, your number one goals and priorities in health, work, relationships, wealth, and happiness. And you need to get good at saying no to almost everything else without apology. Okay. And you need to schedule those priorities again into your calendar, not on a to do list. Life habit number 5, cultivate a positive mindset. This is very simple. Cultivate optimism. Focus on solutions, not problems. Okay. Focus on what you have instead of what you don't have, meaning be more grateful. Okay. Focus on things that bring you joy. Do things that bring you joy. Focus on the things that you do well instead of dwelling on all the things you do wrong. Okay, this is cultivating a positive mindset. My all time favorite book on this, Relentless Solution Focus by Dr. Jason Selk, one of my most important mentors in my life. This is a must read book for every man, woman, and child. Life habit number 6, create a daily and weekly spiritual practice. This could be prayer, meditation, reading spiritual text, volunteering, attending religious services, spending time in nature. These are all great spiritual practices, however you want to define it for you, whether you're religious or you just want to spend time in nature. I think it's one of the best things, according to science, it's one of the best things that we can do for happiness and also longevity, peace of mind. There's all kinds of great books on this. The Bible, a great one for spiritual practice. A book called It's a Daily Reader, Your True Home by the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh is one of my favorites. The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday is great. That's another daily reader. The How of Happiness by Sonia Lyubomirsky. That's also a great book on cultivating a positive mindset. These are all great books on developing that spiritual practice. Number 7, keep your measurement at your belly button less than half your height in inches. This is important for it'll help longevity and good overall health. It'll reduce your chances of diabetes, cancer, heart disease, just by keeping your belly button circumference half your height in inches. So if you are, let's say you're 5 feet 6 inches tall, that would be your belly button would need to be 33 inches or less in circumference. Again, this is at your belly button, not your pant size. So I have a measuring tape. I measure it daily. And this is not medical advice from me. I'm citing Dr. Peter Attia. He talks about this. I've heard other doctors discuss this. It's a really important thing to do. Great book on this is any good book on nutrition. Okay, any book on nutrition. There's all kinds of diets and nutrition plans that are great out there. Find one that works for you. Number 8, practice uh, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Muay Thai, and resistance training so you can protect yourself and your loved ones if necessary. I think every man, woman, and child should learn to protect themselves and those they care about the most in case they have to, God forbid, worst case scenario. 6 months to 18 months of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, which can often be equivalent to a blue belt. That's an excellent thing to practice. You can do this and get a blue belt in maybe twice a week in 6 to 18 months, depending on the school and your dedication to your training there. Outstanding thing to learn. Muay Thai, kickboxing, doing that for 6 months to a year, and maybe getting some sparring in so you get comfortable with contact. You only have to spar a little bit just to get comfortable with the contact of it. And also doing resistance training. A book I recommend on that is The New Rules of Lifting Supercharged by Alan Cosgrove. Getting in good physical shape, doing resistance training, learning to physically defend yourself, and then maybe practicing those martial arts maybe once or twice a week for 45 minutes moving forward after you get a blue belt, after you do boxing, kickboxing for a year. Really important thing to learn for yourself. It's very practical, and it's also great for self-confidence and self-esteem as well as health. Number 9, do cardiovascular exercise for 30 minutes, 3 days per week or more with your heart rate at 130 or above. You could also look at this as zone 2 cardio. You can look up zone cardio, zone 2 cardio, 3 days a week for 30 minutes. Uh, Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just citing some good science. Dr. Jason Selk, again, one of my mentors, recommends this to all his clients to get that heart rate up 130 or into zone 2 cardio 3 times a week for 30 minutes. Just a great thing to do for mental health, physical health, longevity. Number 10, have at least 3 trusted advisors. This would be a mentor, a coach, a therapist, an expert, a spiritual advisor, a respected friend or family member, and speak with them regularly on number 1, your biggest challenges. Number 2, the things you'd like to improve. And number 3, the goals you'd like to achieve. This is absolutely one of the greatest things you can ever do in life. Ask for help, ask for advice. Have at least 3 trusted advisors, trusted and respected friend or family member, spiritual advisor, a therapist, your doctor, okay, a coach, a mentor, a consultant, a personal trainer or nutritionist. Have these type of trusted advisors in your life. Cultivate this dream team, your dream team of trusted advisors. Great book on this, The Success Principles by by Jack Canfield, one of the all-time greatest books on success and performance and happiness and good relationships. Number 11, volunteer for 2 hours per week in service of others. I learned this from Dr. Adam Grant. He cites a study on volunteering for 2 hours per week, around 100 hours per year, has tremendous effects on your happiness and self-esteem. Just 2 hours a week. You could also do 8 hours a month. So one day a month, you could do it 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month, get around 100 hours a year of volunteering. It could be volunteering your time for friends and family. It could be for those less fortunate, but it's a really great life habit. And lastly, number 10, surround yourself with kind and positive people who do their best. Great book on this again, Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Really try to surround yourself with people who are kind and useful to others and who do their best. Those are the 2 most important standards or variables in life, I believe. Number 1, do your best, give your best effort. And number 2, be kind and useful. How do you surround yourself and attract those people into your life? Be that way yourself. Give your best every day, whatever that is. Be kind and useful to others. Those are my 12 best of the best life habits, best life strategies I've collected over 20 years. I challenge you to find the one you need to work on the most. Score yourself 1 to 10 on all, identify the one you want to improve the most, and focus on it for the next 30, 60, 90 days religiously and relentlessly. I wish you an elevated life of success, happiness, and positive impact.